So we talked about Dan Hooker,
Yeah.
who comes from City Kickboxing.
Yeah.
And the most famous stuff from City Kickboxing is Israel Adesanya. Now, one of his training partners and close friends is Carlos Ulberg. Carlos Ulberg won the Dana White's Contender Series.
Ooh.
And he's set to fight on next week's card under Overeem and Volkov against Kennedy. And I'm so sorry about your name, dude. He's of African descent, so it's sometimes these names are pretty rough to say. Nzechukwu. I don't know. It's really brutal. But anyway, Carlos Ulberg's got a fight coming up against Kennedy. Kennedy's, I think he's had 2 fights in the UFC so far. This will be Carlos's first. Well, this is going to be his UFC debut, and it's going to be really cool to see someone like Carlos Ulberg because he's in the light heavyweight division, and I'm expecting him to throw a wrench into everything. I saw that he's actually started to work on his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think he's only a white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but his stand-up, incredible. He's got dynamite in his hands, proper knockout power, and he's got the skills to prove it. And I think someone like him is just another person from City Kickboxing that is just going to be just dominating people.
Yeah.
He looks incredible. And it'll be interesting to see a matchup against Kennedy. I do apologize getting your name wrong. I'll have to find out how to pronounce it properly, but it's fucking brutal. But that's going to be cool to see. He's going to be on the prelims, and I'm going to make sure I watch that because that's a fight to watch if you want to see an up-and-comer from City Kickboxing, another up-and-comer who could potentially be a top 15 or top 10 in a very, very short period of time. So got to keep an eye on that. Carlos Ulberg's kickboxing is incredibly good. I've seen plenty of his Muay Thai fights. The only hole in his game I can see is perhaps his wrestling and grappling but his takedown defense will most likely be very good, which it takes a wrestling mindset anyway. But his work off his back could be a threatening weakness. So interesting to watch, but that's a fight I want to see.